Your wife can buy new clothes and change up her look, and now you can too on your FN 5-7 Mark II. Enter the DT-CAOS slide from Door and Technologies, including the new slide cover and RDS mount. One of my main criticisms of FN has always been their lack of support or aftermarket accessories, specifically for their handguns. The USG 5-7 you see here was introduced in 2004 and left unchanged mainly until 2013 when we got the Mark II. We had a few positive changes like a one-piece metal slide and a new slide cover. But other than that, it's 2020 and all FN really wants you to buy is t-shirts from them for the 5-7. With that being said, there are a few smaller manufacturers producing parts and accessories for the 5-7 like Eden, Perfection, Elite Ammunition, R&R Weapon Systems, etc. And one of them is a revised slide cover from Door and Technologies sold through FN Specialties. A lot of the 5-7 passer-buyers, or people who've never actually shot one or even looked at one, don't know that this plastic cover is only a cover on the slide and a full metal machine slide is underneath. This polymer slide cover replaces your factory Mark II slide cover. Notable changes are the more aggressive charging serrations on the front and rear of the cover. The biggest improvement is the cover is cut to allow the use of an MRDS while allowing you to keep your rear sight intact. The only downside with the current MRDS, like the Trijicon RMR that you see here, is that co-witness on this setup is not possible. There's simply not enough meat on this slide to mill any of it off to get the sight any lower. With hopes in technology advances over the next few years, I know HoloSun is coming out with a lower cut, low profile RDS that will get you closer to that co-witness, but probably still not there on the 5-7. If you simply wanted to run this newer cover without the RDS, an aluminum plate fits in this open area on the cover. Doran over at FN Specialties covers the installation of this new slide cover fairly well. I don't really see a need to reinvent the wheel here. You'll need to remove the rear sight blade to get this cover off. Now my best advice is to watch his videos, as I've read quite a few of the I'm a professional gunsmith stories where someone took their 5-7 to a local gunsmith and they drove out the wrong pin. This rearmost hole on the slide cover you see here is not the retaining pin to get this slide cover off. It's actually right here where you see these threads for the RDS cover. I've had this slide cover and RDS mount since November. Total round count on the cover is currently a little over 1,000 rounds. The RDS mount itself was revised with a second set screw and has approximately 500 rounds on it. The original design that you can see here only had one set screw in the top and it loosened up even after using Loctite. But with the second revision model using the two larger set screws, this mount has been rock solid. We've run a wide variety of ammunition through the DT-CAOS Mark II. The only issue we had was reliably cycling subsonic ammunition, but that seems to be affected on all the different 5-7 models I've had. It seems that we need to up the charge weight of those a little bit or go to a lighter can. Otherwise, from mild to wild, the weight increase of the mount and RDS has not affected the reliability of the 5-7. And when I say from mild to wild, I mean some loads that I have that I'm testing that are in the 1,300 feet per second range, all the way up to the 2,400 feet per second range from Elite's T6B or their S4 Ultra Raptor. Time for the nitty gritty. I really like this slide cover. I'm all for more aggressive slide serrations, especially up front. FN does a really excellent job on grip textures, and Doran Tech brings that aggressive nature over to the cover. The Mark II slide cover has serrations up front, and they are fairly grippy, but these are definitely more pronounced and a lot more aggressive. Installation is straightforward, and if you want an RDS on your Mark II, this is the lowest mounting solution that's currently available. When I draw the gun, I'm keeping it very close to its natural sight alignment picture, as if it didn't have a red dot sight mounted. Also, due to where the red dot is mounted more forward on the slide, a lot of the time the brass will kiss the side of the red dot and slow its high-speed travel from the gun. I'm looking at 5 to 10 foot ejection patterns versus 20 to 30 that is commonly known with the Five-seven. I'll throw a picture somewhere of where the brass has been kissing this RMR. I will say the slide cover has a little bit of downward flex to it when you push on it like this, and you can certainly see the parting lines between the slide and the frame with this cover. You'll note on the original USG here, we have a little bit more parting line like the DT-CAOS, and there is a little bit of downward flex there that you can see on the cover, whereas this particular Mark II that I have here, you can see that that gap is greatly reduced, and there's a little bit of flex there, but not much. My only neutral concern with the slide cover and RDS mount is cost, but when you're a company supporting the Five-seven, you're selling to a lot smaller market and at lower volumes compared to, say, your Glock market, so cost is naturally higher. Enter either EFK or the Jarvis threaded barrels for the Five-seven. I've mentioned in other Five-seven videos, the more products we get in this segment, the more manufacturers may see the light and make us cool stuff. I'd like to thank Doran at FN Specialties for asking me to review his slide cover and RDS mount, my Patreon supporters, and you all for watching. I am finishing up the review on the Ruger Five-seven as well as the CMMG MK57 conversion. Over the last few months, I've put over 2,000 rounds of various types of ammunition through all three of these samples. I know a lot of you guys come here for Five-seven content, and I'm trying to get my hands on the Diamondback DBX and the Excel Arms 16-inch version of their AR-like Five-seven gun. If you guys want to see me review that, definitely hound those companies on social media to get in touch with me to review their guns. Until next time, catch you at the range.
Do you remember what dinner is tomorrow night?
Burritos?